Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite drugstore dupes for high-end makeup. I have 9 dupes to share with you today. One of them sort of counts as 3, but these are great dupes and a lot of them I haven't heard before, so I really hope that you guys enjoy this video and find it helpful. And if you have any drugstore dupes, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. I would love to hear. I always love drugstore dupes. So if you'd like to see my favorites, then just keep watching. So the first dupe I'm going to be talking about is a primer. Here I have the Benefit PoreFessional Pore Minimizing Primer. I just have the trial size here. This is a great primer for minimizing your pores. I think that it really fills them in and creates a smooth canvas for applying your foundation. However, this is a little bit expensive, and I think that I found a comparable dupe from the drugstore. The affordable option that I have here is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. As you can see, even the tubes look similar with that teal color, and I think that the Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Minimizer, although it does not fill in your pores as well as the PoreFessional, it is really great at creating, once again, a smooth canvas. And I definitely think that the PoreFessional is better if you have oily skin because this feels more silicone based, so I do tend to get a little bit more oily. Now, neither of these are mattifying or claim to be good for controlling oils, but I just wanted to mention that quickly. I think that if you are looking for an affordable option for the Benefit PoreFessional, then definitely check out the Maybelline Baby Skin. Now, my next dupe is Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. I love this highlight. I just love Becca's highlighting formula in general. I think they have a great formula and the colors are beautiful. Here I have the sample size or the travel size. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it is just a very beautiful reflective champagne shade. So as you can see, there is the swatch of Becca's Opal. Now the dupe that I have for this is the Wet n Wild MegaGlow highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals. This is also a great formula. I love Wet n Wild's highlights. I think that they are amazing quality. They are under $5, which is just incredible. So as you can see, here is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal, and I'll swatch Precious Petals right here. Now, as you may be able to see, Precious Petals is a little bit more pinky peach as compared to Opal. It's a little bit more champagne. But when they are on the face, you cannot tell a difference at all. They both have the extreme reflective pigment to them. I think they both wear very well. They both last on my skin a great amount of time. So if you're looking for an affordable option to Becca's Opal, I would definitely check out the Wet n Wild highlight in Precious Petals. So my next dupe is a pretty exciting one in my opinion. I have not seen anyone talk about dupes for this, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit, and this is in the shade Medium. So as you can see, this has some great deeper shades in here, and I have found dupes for all 3 of the contour shades. So now these are all the same product, just in different shades. However, each of these has a perfect match. So let's start with the shade Cinnamon, which is this lightest contour shade right here. And I will first give you a swatch of this. So here is the swatch of Cinnamon. It's kind of hard to swatch since it is a cream product, but that is the color right there. And the affordable dupe that I have for this is the Wet n Wild MegaGlow Contour Stick in the shade Oaks on You 804A. This is what it looks like. It's just a pencil chubby stick type contour. Now, you might be able to tell the Anastasia one over here is a little bit more reddish, where this Wet n Wild one is a little bit more yellow toned. However, on the skin, they both look very similar. I actually really prefer the Wet n Wild formula and product just overall better because I think that the chubby stick is a lot easier to use, and it's also much more creamy, where the cream palette from Anastasia, you really have to kind of work with it and sometimes mix a facial oil in to be able to really make the product emollient, and I just think that the Wet n Wild stick is a lot easier to use. So moving on, let's swatch the middle shade, which is the shade Chocolate. So that is this one right here. So here's the swatch of Chocolate by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Once again, just a great deeper contour shade. And the color that I have for this is Call Me Maple 805 in the chubby sticks from Wet n Wild. Now this is the Wet n Wild and this is the Anastasia. As you can see, they are very similar, and once again, just similar formulas. The Wet n Wild actually a little bit better. And finally, let's swatch Ash Brown, which is this shade right here in the corner. This is the deepest contour shade in this palette. So here is the Anastasia shade Ash Brown, and this is the Wet n Wild Chubby Stick in the shade Where's Walnut. Now as you can see, once again, they are very similar. Ash Brown maybe just a little bit darker, however, like the first couple of shades on the skin, they look very, very similar. So my next dupe that I have is pretty exciting. If you saw my previous video about favorite eyeshadow palettes, I talked about the Lorac Pro Palette. And this is one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes, as I mentioned in that video. It has a great variety of shades, matte and shimmer, and I think overall it's just a great palette for everyone to have. But if you do not want to fork out the money for this, I found a pretty comparable dupe. This is the Makeup Revolution Iconic Pro Palette, and it looks like this. It has very comparable shades, as you can see. Now, if that's not meant to be a dupe, I don't know what is. Everyone talks about how Makeup Revolution copies all these other brands and how they are known for making alternatives to some higher end products, but this is one that I definitely think is worth it because the quality is amazing in this. Now, a lot of dupes you maybe find a color dupe or something similar to that, or like a finished dupe, but these, the quality, pigmentation, everything is just incredible in both of them. I will do a couple of swatches so that you can see the side-by-side shades. First, I am just going to do the white shades from both palettes. Okay, as you can see, this shade on this side is Makeup Revolution, and this is Lorac. Okay, once again, Makeup Revolution and Lorac. As you can see, these both have a very metallic, shimmery finish, and I think the pigmentation on both of them is very good. Here is another one, Makeup Revolution on this side and Lorac on this side. Once again, very, very similar colors, if not identical. And finally, I will swatch the black just because black is one of the colors that a lot of drugstore palettes cannot seem to get right. They are either too patchy or not dark enough. So this is the Makeup Revolution and this is the Lorac. As you can see, they are both very creamy and pigmented, and I definitely think that Makeup Revolution did a great job on this. My next product is the Anastasia Beverly Hills DipBrow Pomade. Now this is what it looks like. It just comes in a typical jar, and this one is in the shade Taupe, which I do not currently use just because my hair is a little bit darker right now. So these are not a color match, but I believe that soft brown or brunette or something like that in the Anastasia would be very comparable to this one. This is the Salon Perfect Done-in-One Brow Pomade. I have mine in the shade Dark Brown. Once again, same similar packaging. Of course, the Salon Perfect one is cheaper, so it feels a little bit more flimsy or cheap. It is a great brow pomade. I actually like the Salon Perfect one just a little bit better because I feel like it does not dry out as quickly. The Anastasia one dries out if you do not keep it very, very tightly sealed, and even so, it does dry out a little bit quicker than the Salon Perfect. However, I think that they are both super creamy, super pigmented, and very long lasting. I think they are both super easy to work with, so if you have your eye on the Anastasia Dip Brow, I would definitely check out the Salon Perfect One and Done Brow Pomade. Now, my last dupes are lip dupes, so I will start off with a lip liner. The lip liner that I have here is the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in Exposed. I got this with the Exposed lip kit, so I'm not exactly sure how much it is individually, but I will put the price on the screen. This is just a great nude. It is very warm and kind of orangey, but it works on a lot of skin tones, so here is the swatch for that. As you can see, just a beautiful warm nude. And the dupe that I have for this is the NYX Lip Liner in the shade Beige. This is just one of their wooden lip liners, and I think that the color on this is very, very similar to Exposed. So as you can see, this is Exposed and this is NYX Beige. They're very similar. Exposed is just a little bit warmer and more reddish. However, on the lips, once again, they look very, very comparable. So my next dupe is for the Anastasia liquid lipstick in the shade Craft. This is one of my favorite liquid lipsticks from them. It is a great berry shade. I think that this is beautiful in the summer and fall time. I really like this formula. It is moussey and it is not as drying as some other liquid lipsticks, and it lasts very long and is opaque. Anastasia has a huge variety of colors also, so I think that everyone can definitely find one that they like. So here is the swatch of Craft. And the dupe that I have for this is the Wet n Wild Liquid CatSuit in the shade Berry Recognize. Now, as you can see, just holding them up next to each other, they look almost identical. I absolutely am obsessed with these Megalast Liquid CatSuits by Wet n Wild. I think that they are a great formula. There is a huge variety of shades, and I think you can definitely find something for everyone. They actually have my favorite nude liquid lipstick for the winter and fall time, which is Nudie Patootie. So here is Berry Recognize by Wet n Wild, and here is the Anastasia Craft. As you can see, they are very, very similar, and although this one from Wet n Wild looks a little bit lighter, it really dries down and deepens, so you really cannot tell a difference once they are both dry. I think the formula is great on both of these and they are very comparable, so if you are looking for Craft, I would definitely check out the Wet n Wild Berry Recognize. So my next dupe is for the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Bow and Arrow. I absolutely love these liquid lipsticks. This has to be probably my favorite formula. I just think that it is so thin and really feels like nothing on your lips, and she has a variety of shades to suit everyone. This is just a very beautiful nude brown shade. I think that it is great for everyone because it is really neutral and it does not have a peachy or pink undertone like most nudes do. So the dupe that I have for this is the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Chi. This, I believe, was a collaboration with someone, so I'm not exactly sure if you can still find it, but if you can, I will be sure to let you know in the description box. But this shade is almost identical. I think that these both last very well on the lips, and the color is just spot on. So here is Kat Von D in Bow and Arrow, and here is Colourpop Chi. So as you can see, they are both very, very similar color, and they last very well, and I think that the formula is similar again. So if you are looking for an alternative to the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Bow and Arrow, I would definitely check out Colourpop Chi. Okay, so my last dupe for this video is for the MAC lipstick in the shade Cyber. This is a very, very deep purple. It is almost black. And I think that this color is great. I really like it for the fall and winter time because it's very bold, and if you are looking for something different, I really think that this color is very unique. But MAC lipsticks are also a little bit more expensive, and I think that for a shade that you're only going to wear a little bit out of the year or not very often, it is really nice to have a cheaper alternative. So here is MAC Cyber. As you can see, it is just a very rich, deep purple color, and the dupe that I have for this is the Wet n Wild Megalast lipstick in the shade Vamp It Up. This is under $5, and the packaging is a lot cheaper than MAC, of course, but the color is almost exactly the same. So I think that if you are looking for something like Cyber but you don't want to spend a lot of money, then I would definitely recommend this. Here is Vamp It Up, and here is Cyber. As you can see, they are very similar in pigmentation as well as color, so I definitely recommend this dupe. Okay guys, so that completes this dupes video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other dupes that I did not mention, be sure to leave them down below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.